But I hate how people overcomplicate everything. Do you know what I mean? It drives me insane. Even with diets, with supplements, with training, with everything is just so boring and stale. Do you know what I mean?
I do know.
When you see them guys in the gym, they will say nothing to no one. They're serious, they're focused. If you ask them for something, they grunt. Like, why are you here, man? You're not enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you're supposed to, it's a workout. Do you know what I mean? It's not a chore.
Hi guys, today we're joined by Stoil Timchev. You'll know him as Limitless on Instagram. And he's going to talk us through his journey into becoming a fitness enthusiast and a social media influencer. And we're also going to talk about some of the challenges and struggles he's faced in his life to hopefully understand a bit more about him. You ready to go?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Okay, so talk to us through your background. So where do you come from?
Yeah.
How did this all start?
Bulgarian.
Okay.
I live, born and raised in Bulgaria. I came to England at the age of 13. Following up, my mom, she was here a little bit before that. Came in with the intention to kind of spend some time with her, then go back to school. And essentially I ended up staying, starting school here, learning the language and kind of getting mixed. I went straight into a secondary school with no language, no preparation to the system at all.
So you couldn't speak fluent English before you arrived?
No, I had words, so I could kind of introduce myself, maybe say goodbye, but it was very basic, man, very basic.
Because I mean, the standards you're at now is very good, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was in a French lesson, sitting there wondering, like, right, so they want me to learn French before I've even learned English. Like, mad. What the hell? But yeah, man, it was certainly a good journey.
Okay, so what sort of upbringing did you have?
Well, going back to Bulgaria, it was a poverty background, especially compared to here. I mean, it doesn't need to be like a sad story, because in reality, I've always had everything I've needed, everything I've wanted, but I've always had to do something to get it. So you've always had to do something that it takes to get there. I couldn't say anything's been kind of handed and it's been just, here it is, and do whatever. So yeah, I mean, coming into here, obviously as a complete foreign person, all you see is opportunity, even at an early age, whether it's sport related, school related, and then now at this age, work related. All you see is opportunity. So this is only someone that's come through this that can kind of communicate that, and then you understand it. So yeah.
I guess when you're born into this sort of environment in this culture, in this country, and there's all this opportunity around you, don't always understand it or appreciate how lucky and fortunate
it goes over your head, honestly.
Yeah,
it goes over your head.
When you're taken out of that situation, or when you've come from a difficult situation that's not been so full of opportunity, it's only then you recognise it.
It's the small things as well, man. I mean, moving from there to here, the tiny little things that you don't even notice, or the average person here doesn't even notice, and they take it for whatever. Small extras. To me, it was almost like the full image, the well-rounded image to where I want to be. And this is why, so early, like even with getting your job and kind of making a little bit of money and getting those things that you've wanted, you almost feel like this is it, I've made it. But in reality, all you've got is a normal life. But inside, knowing where you've come from, it's like, this is it, what's next?
Yeah.
And you kind of like, I achieved this, like, oh my God, like, success.
Yeah.
And in reality, you've just got the whatever material thing is that you thought is success.
Talk to us about what you're working on, what's what's the end goal, what is the thing that what is your thing?
I feel like it's been going on for about 3 years now, 2 and a bit, 3 years, and it started off on many different things. And what's really unfortunate is it would have started a very long time ago. It would have started around 5 or 6 years ago if I pushed myself to do it, but I didn't really believe in it. I felt like it was a nice little pipe dream that it could be something one day, but I'm still young, I've got time and all this and all that. And it never turned into anything. And it started off by keeping track of my own little progress, with social media kind of coming into the mix, like Twitter and Instagram. I created a little brand it's still the same brand, it's still ST, but it changed a lot, both visually and the meaning of it over the years. And I'm essentially trying to communicate and inspire in the fitness world by telling my story. So showing the average person, because that's what I am. I'm not a competitor. I'm not related to the sport in any type of way other than just being a fan, an enthusiast, an influencer. And that's what I'm trying to communicate to the other fan on the other side, to show him you can still get those results.
Yeah, plus add a personality to it.
Add a personality to it, man. You can still look good, you can still gain, you can still lose weight, you can still get involved in the industry in certain other ways. And it's possible. Yeah. And it's a lot easier than what the pro at the top is telling you is.
So you've almost created a community online of a group of people who are all enthusiasts.
Yeah.
You share things, you collaborate.
It's a real mixture of people. There's a lot of people that are having the same opinion as me.
Yeah.
And then you've got the other people who are trying to do a little bit of modeling, a little bit of influencing, association with brands to grow your community. So it's a real mixture of people that are essentially communicating the same message, yeah.
Okay. And who would you say in the industry at the moment really inspires you?
Right now, although, rest in peace, he's passed away last year, unexpectedly, Rich Piana massively.
Yeah.
Because people that inspire me, there are a few different people in like different industries, all kind of accumulating the same type of success, which obviously you want to make money in the industry, like I'm not going to shy around that, but the main thing is kind of going from zero to something and kind of creating something and nurturing it to something big and making an impact and then changing the kind of course of how fitness and bodybuilding is going. That's kind of the end goal. So Rich Piana massively. Although he went from competing into just saying it how it is.
Yeah.
See, I love that.
Yeah.
Although I've never been associated with competing or steroids and cycling and anything like that, even the small parts of just what he's doing resonated with me so much.
Just simplifying it,
Yeah,
I suppose.
and he was a businessman. It was all about doing what you want, when you want, by doing what it takes. Amazing.
Yeah.
Simple. Why shouldn't everyone be doing it? 'Cause not many people have the balls.
No.
That's it.
Okay, talk us through the biggest challenge you faced.
Biggest challenge is creating a name. Even within the fitness world, I've got no reason why you or anyone else should be following me or listening to what I'm saying, other than you may know me or you may like what I'm saying. So I'm trying to kind of grow that. So I'm trying to latch on to or associate to as many things in the industry that I believe in and I like and I support to help myself get up there until my voice is heard. And it's being consistent.
And it sounds like you're getting that access through all the passion that you have.
Yeah.
Because obviously the people you're associating with, that they share the same passion. The passion is the fitness industry.
Yeah.
And inspiring other people to get involved in the fitness industry and breaking down those barriers and simplifying things. So
definitely.
Yeah.
It's almost like this thing like you can never get that.
Yeah.
It's like so far away and when it really isn't.
No.
It really isn't. Getting exposed, it's all about just kind of being comfortable within yourself.
Yeah.
And just consistently doing it until it's there, because it will happen. It might happen within a year for me and then within 5 years or 6 years for her, but it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah.
If you're consistent and you're changing and growing, it's going to happen.
I think it's all mindset really as well.
Yeah.
If you're healthy and capable and able to do things, then the only thing holding us back is generally our mindset.
Exactly.
And not even counting in physical abilities, because there are people who are, you look at the Paralympics, for example.
Yeah.
When I see people like that, I feel like I've got no excuse not to achieve things in my life, because if people like that can go out and do it,
just
what's
puts it
my
into
excuse?
perspective for you.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the business challenge. Okay, can you talk us through a personal challenge that you faced?
Definitely. Well, personal challenge is, there's always the path that you're told that you're supposed to do. So you're supposed to go to school, you're supposed to get a degree or qualifications, you're supposed to get the job, but it doesn't really matter what you really want to do. So you may not even be successful in what you're supposed to do, which is a complete waste of time and life. Still follow that path like everyone else, so I'm completely guilty of it. And what's even worse is that I've been conscious of this the whole time. So I'm going in the direction that's told to me, like, this is it, this is what you're supposed to do, knowing that this is not necessarily what I want to do. Going into university, I kind of went in with the mindset, let's have a good time, let's party, let's meet people, which is obviously what I did throughout the whole 3 years. But in the first year, I went through a stage of being flat broke, completely, like underground broke. No job, no one was hiring at the time because I didn't really set myself up from the summer, and you're 18, no real experience, absolute nightmare. So I've had to do what I've had to do to kind of continue living and having a normal life. And from that moment, you realize that even doing what you're supposed to do will not necessarily give you what you want or what you think is at the end goal. You might as well do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So if you fail at what you do, then okay, that other stuff that's boring to death is still available for you, and it's always going to be, because there's always a necessity for sheep to be building someone else's dream. So
Absolutely.
That's what I want to steer clear from. And being down to the point where I'm doing stuff that I don't necessarily want to be associated with, just to kind of continue to exist, and because of pride or ego or whatever, I wouldn't tell no one around me. Family, no way. Friends, some. Girlfriend, no chance. I mean, they all know something's going on because it ain't right, but I had to kind of keep it contained within myself, which made it even harder to come out of. So yeah, I mean, that put into perspective of me, I need to sort this out and just try, which is when I began slowly to kind of build this up. And
because what have you got to lose? And if you've already
Nothing.
experienced that low point, that poverty point in your life,
Yeah.
and you didn't die,
Yeah.
you haven't lost anything. The only way is
Exactly.
up from there. If
Exactly.
you hit that rock bottom, the only way you can go is up.
And you realize it's really not just about money, because you instantly become like on the second plan, like on the back burner for everyone.
Yeah.
Because you go from this normal person, he's got a bit of money, he's doing this, whatever, oh, come out, do this, do that. I literally disappeared. I was like invisible for like solid 2-3 months. And I can literally feel like it was yesterday, although it's been such a long time ago now. It's been like 4 or 5 years. There's no way I'll do anything, but I'll never be in that position again, anything. And I've got no problem with it.
Do you not think a lot of the pressure just came from you?
A lot of it.
Rather than the society or
Yeah.
things going on around you?
People probably didn't even know.
No.
It was just me, myself, and I, and just like accusing yourself and then beating yourself down. And
Because obviously you sound like quite an ambitious person, so in your mind maybe there's certain things you want to achieve by a certain point or goal or year in your life, and if you haven't reached that, then you beat yourself up about that.
Yeah, I'll say so. I'd say so, man. Definitely. I'm
Which
very
is totally
strict with
unnecessary.
myself. Completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
Because you're not in a competition, you're not in a race. This
It's
is
just
your life,
me,
this is your plan.
It's just me.
Yeah.
And I feel like as much as I'm focused on the side of being financially free, I feel like the moment you reach financial freedom through the job or what you love to do or whatever, at that point I don't really care how high I go.
No.
I always want to be doing well, but then I almost feel like, right, I can go back to what I want to do now. I'm secure financially, like now I can do what I actually want to do and know that everything's covered and I can just push forward with what actually matters to me, and I'm actually genuinely excited to wake up and go and do it.
I can really relate. I guess that passion, that drive for doing something that really enthuses you is the end goal, and being paid for it is the dream for a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've got no problem with saying it. So many people point fingers, he's only posting so consistently because he wants to make money. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He's only tagging people, oh look at him, he's tagged this famous bodybuilder.
But what's wrong with that? Because if you've got money, you've got freedom, you can use that time to put more effort into your passion, your dream, and I guess inspire more people. So what's the issue with that?
And people are holding themselves back by not doing what it takes. Because why is it embarrassing to do that?
Well, the thing is, they're worried about the views of people who they don't really care about anyway.
They don't even know them.
Yeah.
They know your name and how you look on social media. That's it. They don't know you.
Yeah.
And you don't know them.
So it's all in their heads.
Massively, man.
Yeah.
It's like coming out from that comfort zone. It's like scary. It's terrifying for everyone. For me, I'm terrified of it every day. But you got to do it. Otherwise, how boring is life? What's the point?
If you just conform and play the safe game,
exactly.
That's not really living, is it?
Exactly.
And like you're saying, you're just building someone else's dream.
You're building someone else's, and it's really not that hard. It's just the hardest part is to just do it. To just
it's
get
a
on with
mentality change, though, isn't it? It's about actually putting yourself out there, taking that risk, taking those steps. Taking that first step is the most difficult one.
Yeah.
But once you've done it and you've told other people, you become accountable, so you can't go back.
So you can't do it now.
You've got to keep pushing.
Because then you will become that guy.
Yeah,
Look at him.
Yeah.
He tried it, run off. He got scared.
Okay. Do you think you've ever suffered with any mental health issues?
Man, mental health, I can never confirm or deny how I felt at times, 100%. You think so? I'm going insane right now. I'm certain I'm going mad.
The reason why I ask that is a lot of people who embark on an entrepreneurial journey, they don't notice it, but the pressure they put on themselves can severely damage their mental health. And there's normally not many people around you who will understand that journey or can relate to what you're doing. So like you say, you become a closed book. You hold everything inside. Yeah. You beat yourself up.
It's definitely. I've seen it in my personality as well. You can go from switching from one person to a completely different person in a matter of seconds, minutes, or whatever. And as I said, it's not something I've been diagnosed with, but you just know. When you're going for a certain period of time, and let's say it's not going in your direction, and you're beating yourself up for it, and you almost feel like everyone else is noticing when they're really not. Yeah. So it's a huge strain on yourself, man, and that is what holds people back.
So only you know yourself. And know what you're going through and can understand your true feelings and emotions. And
that's what's hard, to be honest with yourself.
That's what it is.
No one really looks at themselves and say, you didn't really try hard enough.
But there's so much stigma around it, though. There's so much stigma around mental health, especially in men. They don't want to admit the fact that they're going through a challenging time because they see it as a weakness, I suppose. They're embarrassed about what people might think. They've got to be that tough guy. They've got to keep going. But I think there's nothing wrong with recognising you've got an issue, but then find a solution. Get some support from people who are also entrepreneurs. Build a little community, and it sounds like with the community thing, you are inspiring people in the right way via your influencing online. So you're building that network of people around you who have the same sort of passion,
to see that I'm impacting someone in the tiniest little way.
Yeah.
Even someone asked for advice on how to do a specific something to their actual picture they post, and they wanted to increase the quality or smudge the background, like little basic things. That's not even to do with fitness. How grateful that guy was.
Yeah.
Just because, oh, do this. It was like, oh man, thanks, blah, 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 following the journey, love his stuff. Little things like that, man, I love it. Because he like gives you like affirmation that, I'm doing the right thing, it's obviously working.
Definitely.
Keeps you going. And at times like this, when you're going back to mental health, when you're proper doubting yourself, you're holding yourself back, you're accusing yourself for not trying hard enough, and then you get a little message like that, or someone says something to you on a night out even, or you're out and about in the gym, it just literally puts into perspective, like instantly you're back in the game, like right, I'm still on this, like keep going.
Yeah. And you can ignore all those doubters or all the negativity. Just focus on that one positive comment. If you touch that one person's life, you've inspired them, keep going.
Definitely. I nearly quit once a week or twice a week, honestly, and then something will happen in that week, and then I'm back in the game. It might not portray, I'm going to continue to like put positive stuff out, but inside, you're always going nuts. You always feel like, oh my God, I've lost about 20 followers this week. What is going on? I'm flopping. This is it. And then something good happens. Like I got a retweet from Cali Muscle. Wow. To people in the fitness world, they know about Cali Muscle. I was like, oh my God. I tweeted him saying, oh, thanks, pre-workout's great. Testing out his pre-workout. He tweeted back, God bless. I'm like, oh my God. He acknowledges me, like, I'm alive. And we need to kind of level this out. He's a human being, a little bit further out there. It's really like, but to me, I was starstruck. Oh my God, Cali Muscle, like what the hell? Yeah. And little things like that from people at the top end of the industry have kept me going, especially in the beginning stages. Like Big Ramy likes one of my pictures. Like, oh my God, this is it. Louis Marco, I think he liked one of my comments. Kai Green's company shared one of my pictures on their company social media. I was like, this is it. I was like, boys, I'm not coming into work today. I think I made it. So you might as well. Honestly.
That's brilliant. What is your favourite quote?
Oh man, so many. But I'm going to have to stick with the one that's fresh in my head, and that's from Kai Green. Thoughts become things. You manifest what you do. And honestly, that's happened both positively and negatively. You think about something long enough, it will happen. It might be in a month's time, in a year's time, in 10 years' time, but it's terrifying how true that is.
It's so powerful because obviously you're subconsciously going to work towards that, and your thoughts, like you say, will become your reality. So if you're constantly a negative, pessimistic person, your life will be like that.
Exactly.
I mean, for me personally, I'm a massive optimist to the point of delusion sometimes. I just think everything's great, everything's perfect. But then we're only humans. Your mood will dip, and you know it's part of a journey. But ultimately, I think the best way I can live my life is with a positive attitude. And it rubs off on people. And I think the most natural feeling is to be an optimist and be positive about things. I think it takes more energy. It's such an energy sap being negative for me. What do you think about that?
Man, I think your energy is, the funny thing is it's all down to you as well. You're in complete control of it. And there's so many people that get stuck in cycles of feeling negative, and it's like scary. And sometimes you generally need to pull them out of it because people get so stuck that they don't come out. And with me, I've seen the same thing, both in fitness, even with like relating it to fitness is when you're dieting. You could be doing everything right, but your attitude will be wrong. I can't tell you how scientifically, but it just doesn't work out. You will not get the best possible results. If you get that mind connection with what you're doing, it's scary. Like I've gone into a strict diet, but I've gone into like, oh my God, I have to eat clean again. I'm hungry, I'm in the mood, I haven't slept enough. I don't really get the best results from it. But sometimes I've gone into a half decent diet with still a little bit carbs or whatever. I'm trimming down at a fast pace because I'm just thinking, right, I'm on the right path. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
It's that
constant
focus.
Affirmations.
Yeah, focus, isn't it?
Just believing in yourself, and it's not something that you just wake up like, right, I believe in myself, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's every day.
You've got to truly believe it. Though.
Every day you have to check in, twice a day maybe.
Yeah.
It's really not, it's not rocket science, but you have to be on it. You have to be on it, man. Attitude is everything. If your attitude is wrong in the job, in what you want to do in life, and in your dreams, or in the basic stuff of, as I said, just going to work, if your attitude's not right, you might get sacked, you might not perform, your dream won't come true. We're in charge.
Yeah, I agree.
That's it.
So what motivates you? What keeps you waking up each morning, doing what you're doing? Because you work in London, you're commuting, you're coming back quite exhausted. So how do you keep that energy? How do you keep that drive?
I know what I want, man.
Apart from caffeine.
Caffeine, yep, definitely. Got a great pre-workout that I take 10 times a day. No, it's realistically, I've been thinking about it. Since I made the move to London, I'm doing on average 18-hour days, like door to door. and I'm losing valuable time where I could be getting my second gym session in, or that little creative time to kind of put a bit of content together, or create a bit of content and work on social media and what I'm actually doing. But I know where I want to be. I have that vision, the end vision. So I can't really see the path completely, and you're not always going to see it because you may be a bigger vision. But staying focused on the end goal is definitely, you're kind of into autopilot. Like, you don't argue about it, you don't debate, you're like, I have to do this, that's it. I have to wake up and go to work. I need money for this, I need to keep the career going for that. But most importantly, at the end of it, I know where I want to be. So unfortunately, I'm not at a stage where I can completely transition from my full-time employment into the fitness world, but it's slowly becoming more and more real. So I have to keep that job, and I have to continue to work, and I have to do everything I'm doing to get to the end vision. And that's literally what keeps me going. Constant affirmations from people that have done it every single day, in the morning, whilst I'm showering, whilst I'm getting my coffee or my food ready, during meal prep time, during workouts. Sometimes on my cardio, I'll have somebody just talking there, like motivational speakers, certain like music and interviews and everything and anything, books, anything I can get my hands on to keep me focused, I'll do it. And I don't even read books. But since I started the commute, I thought this is a good time to actually learn to read, honestly. And I've started to do it. I've read something like probably 8 or 9 books already. And I'm not planning on stopping because I'm getting so much information out. And if you get one thing out of a book, that's it, you're winning. Obviously, you put it to play as well. So constantly stay on topic, man. Stay focused. Always know where you're going, because you can literally be, you're I don't know, driving a car, or you're a captain of a ship. If you don't know where you're going, you just continue to float and you'll never get there. Even if you...
But that's interesting you say, because some people live their life like that.
Most people. Yeah. And I've been that person. You're going to work, like why? You need to have a specific goal, because time goes.
The goal can't just be money.
No, exactly. It can't just be I want money or I want to be successful. Like, why do you want to be successful? Why do you want money? What is it that you want to buy? Or are you just worried that you run out of money? What is it? It needs to be a real tangible thing, and just you go after it. Like, I know that I want to be financially free and a fitness enthusiast. I want to spend my time working out, growing the industry, and helping other people transition from a slave into what they want to do. And that's what it is. We're paid slaves, all of us. Unless you genuinely want to do what you do.
Well, yeah.
Which is, I mean, I don't hate it. I love what I do.
Some people like it.
I like it, but the thing is, there's more to it. I like it, but I'm not jumping out of bed like, come on, let's do this. Where that's how I feel about fitness and working out and pushing a message out.
That's fair.
Yeah, man. Seeing if I can affect someone else and pull him out of a state of negativity and get them to kind of do what they want to do, I love it.
So you need to throw in motivational speaker into your job title as well.
100%. Yeah. One day, maybe when I get a bit more beard going on, slight bit more length on the beard, and a bit
more wiser.
Maybe some more gains as well. They don't want to listen to like a small guy like.
That's not true. It's about attitude, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like you say. So to date, what would you say is your greatest achievement?
Within the fitness world?
In life.
In life. Well, I feel like I've managed to achieve a number of those visions, which is what keeps me going to the bigger vision. So it's all been about like a journey of small goals to success, or to whatever is success at that time. For example, in sport, rugby, kind of coming into something, I've never even heard of rugby. Coming into, honestly, I must have been so sheltered. I knew about American football, and I came in and all of a sudden there's this sport. I'm like, well, it's close to American football, let me play that. And kind of going from being oblivious to it, to kind of starting to play, gaining some success, winning some games, going into a higher team, moving into the county team, and small things like that. I love that. At the time, this was everything for me. And unfortunately, I didn't continue that, but then I transitioned into gym. So kind of getting your body to the certain shape that you wanted, failing, going backwards and gaining loads of weight, and you're thinking to yourself, this is it, I might as well stop. No one even knows I work out, I don't look like it, I might be in there every day. And completely transitioning within 6 to 8 weeks and looking like you've done that your whole life. That was another massive win. But I think coming into an unknown environment, which you're not supposed to kind of exist in and you're not really wanted to kind of do well, to kind of turn it into my own advantage and use it to my own advantage.
Yeah.
From small things like getting a language on your side, kind of embedding in but still doing what you want rather than transforming into what they want you to be. I love that. That keeps me going, man, because it's like you're in your own control. If you notice a foreign person, within the country. Like he's foreign. How he acts, he's in the corner, doesn't want to get too involved with everyone, doesn't really. But I didn't care. I was like, don't worry about accepting me. I'm just gonna do what I want to do, and then if it works, great. If not, I'll keep it moving. So that's a huge achievement, that I kept the right attitude. And that's, again, something I saw in rugby, something I saw in the gym, something I saw in personal life. And most importantly, I never want to rely on people. That's a part of the whole being financially free and just being free from everything. And kind of, I'm not saying I'm a commitment phobe, but I just want to know that I'm taking care of what I need to be taken care of. And to date, other than the moment I mentioned to you about being completely flat, I was broke, I can say I've done that. And every year is an improvement, every year. And I want it to continue that way.
Well, you've definitely got the right attitude for it.
Yeah, so. Man, I don't take it as an option. And if I fail at something, cool. As long as I don't fail at it again, it's fine.
But that's part of the journey, isn't it? Failure. You know, that's what shapes us. We learn from the fact. Well, you're meant to learn from your failures.
Yeah.
But then, you know, how many light bulbs did Thomas Edison have to make before he made the light bulb? So
that's it.
It's all part of the journey.
So I think,
What's your biggest regret?
Biggest regret? I try to live a life without regrets, but being like completely honest, it's probably not starting early when I wanted to. And the regret isn't that I didn't start, but is that I ignored the fact that I wanted to start because I didn't feel comfortable with it. Because you'll never feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable when I did start. So trying to learn, and if I can share that attitude to the other people that would have started, because if I started at that time, everything would have been to my advantage. It still is. But at the time, right now, could have been a few years into the game of what I want to do, and perhaps where I'm going to be in a few years' time. But that's probably the only thing, is regretting to not believing in myself. When everything is in your way, everyone's telling you should, you're seeing it, but you're just like, soon, you keep batting it off. So definitely, I regret not believing in myself.
It's because it's scary, isn't it?
Terrifying.
When you put yourself out there, you're exposed.
Terrifying.
And that conformity is quite safe. So being in that work environment, doing your job and going home, that's a safe and comfortable environment and sort of bubble to be in. But as soon as you deviate from that, you're exposed, you're different, you're open to critique and criticism, and you've got to accept it, and that's part of the journey.
You have to take it on the chin, man,
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so what is next then? What's next for Stoil?
That's the question. Next, I will be doing a transformation on myself. Again, similar to last year's, better results, definitely. And I kind of want to document the whole journey to show people that it's possible to deal with limited resources and just the basics, that the basics will do the trick. If anything, when I diet, I go extremely basic. Like, to what I drink, water. That's it. Black coffee and water. Nothing else. No fancy juices.
Oh, I didn't make you a black coffee. You should have said. I put milk in there, so right?
I was going to say something, but...
being too polite.
Weakness of mine. But yeah, man, literally, I go back to the basics with my food. They're extremely boring. I don't cheat as well on my diets, which is another thing that a lot of people disagree with.
When you say boring, your food's boring, what do you mean by that? Like
plain, completely plain. Even in some cases, like my salad will have nothing on it.
Oh God!
I keep the salt away, vinegars, maybe slight bit drop of vinegar, but no oils, nothing, because I don't want to have a.
You're speaking to someone who's Mediterranean. I can't hear these things.
I know. Believe me, I know. But I've seen the results, man. It's like magic.
This is my issue. I know what I need to do to have abs and be lean, but I choose not to do that because
we all do.
I like Turkish salad, Mediterranean salads. You put the olive oil, you put lemon, you put salt, you put a bit of vinegar on it, and it tastes incredible. And that's how we do it.
How hard it is coming home to Bulgaria, to my grandparents' house, and you got this amazing food, and like I've never timed my diet when I'm home ever. No. Because you got all these choices, man. You turn up and they've got all these, like you got the cakes, and then you got the salads, and you got the mixed grills. But yeah, it's cool. Let's do it. Let's indulge. So I diet when I'm here.
Okay, that's fair enough. We look forward to the journey. Thanks for talking with me today about your challenges and your journey. So that's all for today. So don't forget to follow Stoil on his Instagram and subscribe for some more content. Thank you. How many light bulbs did Thomas, who's the guy who invented the light bulbs? Was it Einstein? No, that wasn't Einstein. Edison.
Edison, that's it. Yeah, Edison.